Hello everyone. This video is going to be about the 4R35, the Seiko 4R35 slash the NH35 movement. Okay, now first and foremost, for Christmas, obviously if you'd seen my previous video, my girlfriend got me this, the Invicta Grand Diver Generation 2, model 19808. It has the Seiko made NH35 movement in it. Okay, now also was purchased for her father the Seiko SRP 441, also known as a compass bezel watch. It has the monster case in it, non-screw down crown, push-pull crown rather. And it has the exact same movement in it. It's called differently. It's called the Seiko 4R35 movement, but it's exactly the same movement as in this Invicta. Okay, so I wanted to make a video for him to talk about the movement because, it's his first automatic movement, and, I wanted for him to be able to understand the movement, be able to take care of it, and be able to set the time as well as the date, without having to, go through so much trouble. Okay, and without further ado, here we go. Like I said, that watch that I showed you was Seiko SRP 441. The movement, the 4R35 movement, as well as the NH35 movement, both being the same, have a 41-hour power reserve. They beat at 21,600 beats per hour, which is a low to medium beat. And I'll get into why that's actually advantageous for this movement. It has the date complication at 4:30, as you can clearly see right there. And it is most comparable these days to the Miyota 91, or rather 9015 movement, and should be regarded really as a slight understudy to the ETA 2824. Now, the differences obviously between the Seiko movement as well as the ETA 2824 is that the ETA 2824 beats at 28,800 beats per hour, while this one beats at 21,600. Now, the reason why I believe the Seiko movement beating at that speed is advantageous is because, obviously this movement is going to be vastly cheaper than that of the ETA 2824. However, the servicing cost for both are relatively the same. So, being able to have this that beats far slower than the ETA 2824 means that you'll be able to go longer in between times in which you have to service the timepiece, which is good because generally speaking, the amount for which you service the timepiece is going to be equal to that what you actually pay for the timepiece. Okay, let's see here. What else? All right. It's very similar to the 4R36 movement, which is in this watch right here. The only difference really is that this watch has obviously the day-date complication on the dial, while this only has the date. Now, this one, the reason why this is being used more in, Invictas and other smaller watchmakers is because, as well as the Miyota 9015, is that it's a more cost-effective option as opposed to the ETA 2824. Okay, it has a cleaner look. It doesn't have the date, date. It just simply has the date, and it's very accurate. It's accurate to around 25 to 30, plus or minus 25 to 30 seconds a day. Mine is at about plus 5 seconds a day, which is perfect for me. I mean, like I don't need to do anything with that, and it's a very robust movement. Okay. Now, I have this watch here next to me so that, for those who have watches that are only 100 meters water resistance, like the watch that I told you at the beginning of the video, my girlfriend's father's is, their crowns are going to be push-pull, such as this one. Okay, so I just wanted to say this first position, while it's pushed in all the way, is the hand winding position. The first position out is the date, and the last one is obviously the hacking second hand. Now I'm going to get into all that as well. I just wanted to, let you know that if you have a push-pull crown, that's how you would go about doing it. Now with the 4R, or rather the NH35 movement, okay, obviously this has a screw down crown, so it's going to be slightly different. So I'm unscrewing the crown now. Okay, right now it's in the hand winding position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this close so you can hear the hand winding. Okay. Okay, now you can wind that till you're blue in the face. There's a clutch on the inside which doesn't allow for over winding. So you don't have to worry about, oh, am I winding it too much? You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Then the position that's directly after that is the date. All right. Right here we go, it's the date. So what you do is you turn the crown counterclockwise, and as you can see, the date is moving forward. It's in the quick set function. And what you do, and this is true of all automatics, you set it to the day before the actual date. So today is the 4th. So what I'm doing is I'm setting it to the 3rd. And then you simply bring it out to the last position. As you can see, the second hand has stopped. Now I'm going to stop right here. As you saw, I was hand winding the movement. This movement features both hand winding and hacking. That way, it's not the kind of movement that you have to wear in order for the second hand to sweep. Obviously, that's the most recommended way. That's the way that the watch works. But you can start it if the movement happens to stop by hand winding it. By pulling the crown out to the last position, as you clearly saw right there, you stop the second hand. That's the hacking function. This allows for the time to be set most precisely. Okay, so now that it's the 3rd, since you set it one day in, the past, you move the time forward. As you can see, the day has already moved. All right, so right here, this is 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You simply move it forward. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. The time right now is 5:01. And that's all you do. Then you push in the crown, and obviously you see the second hand sweep once again. Okay, so I just back thread here. This is for screw down crowns. Obviously with the push pull, you simply push it in. Screw down crown, I'm screwing it back in so it retains its water resistance. And that's all. It's a very robust, very accurate movement that is being utilized a lot more these days for cleaner dial looks like this. And yeah, it's very easy to use and will need very little servicing at all. Okay, so I just want to give a quick shout out to my wonderful girlfriend who gave me this timepiece, and want to let her know that obviously if her father's watch ever needs, timing, or changing of the date or anything like that, to simply reference this video. And that goes for everybody else out there as well. Okay, have a great one, everybody, and feel free to like and or comment at the bottom. Thanks.